What's up, Ranger Nation? It's your boy JB, and I'm here this morning for the review of Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode 20, titled Evox Upgraded, and this is the season finale, you guys. So now we are getting ready to head into We're getting ready to head into season 2 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, you guys. I am excited about it. I hope that season 2 lives up to the same momentum that season 1 has lived up to. I mean, we all know what happened with Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge, so I'm hoping it's not like that. And not saying that Dino Supercharge was bad, it just wasn't that great. So I'm just hoping that season 2 of Beast Morphers is amazingly good. So you guys, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into today's video. Alright, so then the episode, it just basically picked up where last week's episode ended. You guys remember Mayor Daniels found out that Devin is the Red Ranger. So he went to, Grid Battle Force. And he saw Commander Shaw there. And he's asking Commander Shaw, like, why did you not tell me that my son was a Power Ranger? And, he's talking about, you don't know what it feels like to, now know that your son has been putting himself in danger. She says, actually, I do know because my son is the Blue Ranger. And then, he sees Zoe, he sees Ravi, he sees Nate, and Steel. Which Steel is not a human, but he sees all of them. And he's like, you guys are the Power Rangers? Yes, they're the Rangers. So what's the plan of action? So we see that they're actually trying to rebuild the Cyber Gate so that way they can go to the into the Cyber Dimension to save Devin. So, yeah, so they tell Mayor Daniels they're playing what they're going to do, because what is going on is that Evox is trying to get his body, because Roxy told them this. He's trying to get his body so that way he can come to our dimension and take over. But if they can get into the Cyber Dimension first and stop it there, we won't have to worry about it. So, so then they open the portal, and, they wonder if it's safe to go through because Betty went through it, and then, she's almost like Elastigirl from The Incredibles. She just started moving a little bit, and then that just gets louder and louder. God, I have to go get somebody to check that out again. But where was I at? So, like they said, they were trying to figure out if it was stable for them to go through. So then, where was I at? Because it's just irritating the hell out of me. So Mayor Daniels, he decided to go through the Cyber Gate. And when he went through the Cyber Gate, they started to see the coordinates for the Cyber Dimension. So now they want to go and surprise, Evox in the Cyber Dimension. Still wants them to get into their Zords and do it. But they're like, we need something bigger and better to surprise Evox. So then, the Commander Shaw was like, yes, how about putting all the Zords together? And they was like, you know what? I've been working on just such thing, the Beast X Ultra Zord. So we're gonna try to combine all the Zords together so that way we can go to the Cyber Dimension, surprise Evox, and save Devin. So let's move on, you guys. Alright, so in the Cyber Dimension, we see Scrazzle. So Scrazzle is working on his whole getting Evox his body. So then Blaze comes in, and Blaze is like, so what is taking so long? I mean, it does take time to create a body, so you might want to chill out, buddy. So then we see Mayor Daniels, and he shows up in the Cyber Dimension. He knocks out one of the Tronics, and then he frees Devin. Now back at the Battle Force, we see the Rangers. So they're in the process of combining the Zords to make the Ultra Zord, and now they're heading towards the Cyber Dimension. So once they get in the Cyber Dimension, Blaze notices, hey, well, actually not Blaze, it was Scrazzle. He said, well, the Rangers are here, and Blaze was like, okay, let's send in an army of Gigadrones. So they do send in an army of Gigadrones to fight the Rangers, and the Rangers are battling the Gigadrones. So then we see Mayor Daniels, he's talking to Devin, and Devin is telling Mayor Daniels, like, yo, Dad, like, I really always wanted to tell you that I was a Ranger, but we had to keep our identity secret. And Mayor Daniels apologizes to Devin. He's like, you know what, I thought you were a complete screw-up, and I do apologize about that because you're not a screw-up. you've actually been doing something very good. You've been saying, I mean, you're saving the world. So for that, I deeply apologize to him. So then they head back towards the portal, and as they're heading towards the portal, Evox's full body is coming to fruition, and he kind of teleports in a sense, and then when he did teleport, the Rangers in the Ultra Zord, they had already taken out all the Giga drones, so they noticed they looked like who is that? And they noticed it's Evox, and Evox he just blasts them, and he takes out the Zord. I'm like, wow, that was a little too easy, I would say. You know, I would have liked how, in Power Rangers RPM, I'm just going to go off on a little tangent here real quick. In RPM, you guys remember when Venjix's bodies, Venjix, when he got a body, his body, he was super strong, but the Rangers were always able to defeat his bodies. So I would have liked that kind of scene, but I mean, I was okay with this. And, let me just someone continue on with this tangent just a little bit more. I'm wondering, because we'll talk about that at the end of the episode, at the end of the review. But I'm wondering if maybe because we all know Dr. K is coming back in season 2 of Beast Morphers. I'm wondering if Dr. K might show up. I feel like how this might play out is like Dr. K might show up in the first half of the season, and then in the later half of the season I feel like this is first half of the season RPM. Towards after the hiatus next summer, I feel like we'll get after the hiatus next season we'll get the Dino team up, with the Dino Charge Rangers, the Dino Thunder Rangers, and the MMPR Rangers. I feel like that is how that'll work, and I feel like somehow I just don't know. Right now I'm trying to think in my head how I feel like it'll play out, where the RPM crossover is gonna come. But I feel like the RPM crossover is gonna come early in the season, and it's gonna have something to do with I feel like it'll have something to do with Evox and with Venjix together. I don't know how, but I just feel like it's gonna involve those two. So let's put a stick in that for right now, and we'll come back to it in season 2. That is if I'm doing season 2. I have not thought that far yet if I'm doing season 2 with all these new YouTube specifications for not made for kids versus made for kids. We'll see come January 1st. But let's move on, you guys. Alright, so after Evox took out the Ranger Zords, the Rangers, they've met up with Mayor Daniels and Devin. So they're saying, hey, what are we gonna do now? Evox has a body. So, Evox does show up, they morph, and actually, Devin was the only one that wasn't morphed. The others were morphed, they were just helmetless. So, Devin, he morphed, and, they charged after Evox, and Evox, he just blasted at him and, blew him back, and they demorphed. I'm like, wow, Evox is really powerful. So that begs another question. Who's the more powerful computer virus, Evox or Venjix? That actually is a really good question. Who's stronger, Evox or Venjix? And so I'm wondering. I think I've said this question before. What dimension are we in? I do believe that we are in the main dimension, like with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Zeo, Turbo, Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue. I think we're in that dimension, and I think RPM and Dino Charge. I think we're in the same dimension with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers up to Ninja Steel, excluding Dino Charge and excluding RPM. I think those are all in the same dimension, and those other two are in a different dimension. I'm thinking that's what it is. So I'm wondering if, because you guys remember, in the ending of Power Rangers RPM, that they did defeat Venjix. But if you guys remember, go back, which that was 10 years ago now, but just go back and remember that Dr. K, when she got all the Rangers Morphers and she put them, she put them up, that the Morphers started to blink, 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 and blink. So I was like, oh, Evox is, not Evox, but Venjix is still alive. So I'm wondering if maybe some of the Vengeance virus might have seeped through the morphing grid somehow. Oh, such a snap. Huh. I don't know if that'll happen, but I just kind of put, what if some of, because Morphex energy is from the morphing grid, so what if somehow a part of the Vengeance virus seeped through the morphing grid in this dimension? It's not Vengeance anymore. It has kind of morphed itself into Evox, a part of Vengeance. Make you think, huh? But yeah, so I just wonder. So that's why I say I feel like they're gonna tie in the Vengeance and Evox are gonna tie in to make this RPM Beast Morphers team up work seamlessly. I hope. So yeah, the Rangers, they were demorphed. So they come up with a plan. So what their plan is, because now Evox is being teleported to their dimension, their world. So they have to come up with the plan to stop Evox at this point. So the plan is, because Zoe was like, Morphex energy is it is highly flammable. It'll when you shoot at it, it'll combustible basically. So what they want to do is they want to take out the Morphex tower, so that way it'll stop Evox. But unfortunately, all the Zords, they don't have a way to do it because all the Zords are down, and Cruz is like, not all the Zords are down. The Racer Zord is still fully operational, and that's another thing I want to mention. I think it's kind of cool, which I figured this in one of the previous episodes, that the Beast Bots can control the Megazord when the Rangers are not in the Megazord. Which I think it was the episode, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think earlier in this season that Smash may have controlled Ravi Zord for him when he wasn't in the cockpit. Pretty cool. So yeah, so now they are trying to stop Evox. So, we see Cruz and Devin, they're in the Racer Zord, so they're trying to go down and, stop, try to blow everything up. But they are intercepted by another Zord, and I'm like, wait a minute, who is this in the Zord? Well, we found out that it was actually Blaze in the Zord. I'm like, oh, Blaze. So, yep, Blaze in the Zord. So we see the others, so they try to go and stop Scrozzle. So, you know what? We didn't even talk about that in just a minute. With Scrozzle. So, Nate, he tells Scrozzle, stop. Scrozzle doesn't stop. Well, he does stop. And Scrozzle goes over to there by some of his equipment, his stuff that he has. And Scrozzle teleports out and he leaves. So that, so then Nate was able to stop Evox from, going to the real world. But in doing so, they're destroying the cyber dimension. So we see Devin, he's still battling with Blaze. He does eventually, defeat Blaze. So I'm like, wow, Evox has no evil avatars anymore. First it was Roxy, now it is Blaze. So we will see the real Blaze wake up at some point. So, they destroy the cyber dimension. Everybody's trying to get out. They do get out, and, as they get out, they realize, well, Mayor Daniels realizes, where's Devin? So Mayor Daniels is still standing in the cyber gate, and a blast comes out, and he moves, he's blown out. But then we do see that Devin and Cruz were able to get out, and then we also see that Blaze woke up. I'm like, okay, so now we have good Roxy and good well, I don't know if he's actually good, because he fought Devin in the first episode. But you know what I want? Not Robo Blaze, but Blaze and Roxy, the cyber, the evil versions of him. Well, his morpher wasn't destroyed, but hers was. So I wonder if he'll be able to morph, but she won't be able to. Questions that need answers. All right, so then to close out the episode, you guys, we see Mayor Daniels. It's the Rangers. It's Commander Shaw. It's Blaze and Roxy. It's Ben and Betty, and it's General Burke. You know what? General Burke didn't annoy me because he didn't have anything to say in this episode, so that was cool. So, Mayor Daniels is presenting the Rangers with, and Ben and Betty with the the Medal of Valor. So, you know, they get that. Ben and Betty have to have a joking moment, you know, because she's inflated in like a trash bag. So, you know, Ben, I'm like, why would you stick a pin in a bag? Not very smart, but okay. So then we look at Mayor Daniels, and when he looked at his hands, you could just see something going on. I'm like, what is going on with Mayor Daniels? Now, one of my subscribers pointed it out to me that maybe this could be something like what happened in Dino Charge. Oh, that is a good one. Dino Charge and Dino Thunder. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to explain it to you in just right now. So you guys remember, in Dino Thunder, Anton Mercer and Mesgog were the same person. Just like in Dino Charge, Snide and Heckle were the same person. So it could be that, you know, Mayor Daniels and Evox for season 2 could be the same person. So we just don't know. But, you know, that was basically it for the episode. Overall, it was a good episode, a great season. I am looking forward to season number 2. I know I said there was something else I was going to talk about, but I literally forgot about it. But, you know, yeah, that's it for Beast Morphers. If I do remember what I wanted to talk about, I'll put it in the comment section and we can discuss it. And also, you guys, be sure to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything. Share the video, and I will see you guys when we return for Beast Morphers in 2020. I probably won't do the Christmas episode. If it catches my attention, I'll probably review it, but more than likely, the Christmas episode is just not going to happen. So until 2020, Ranger Nation, see you later.